Am I live? I think I'm live. I really should be better at this. I don't know. Hi, if you can hear me. Hi. It's me, Michael Bach. Hello. I think I'm live. I don't know if I'm live. I need to figure out if I'm live. Am I live? Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Apparently, I don't want to do that. I don't know. What's happening? I'm looking at things. I'm not good at this. I need a crew of people to just be around me at all times and make sure that I'm not looking like a total doofus. But here I am. Yay, you can, thank you. Hello, Brenda from Nova Scotia. I'm so pleased. That was awful. You had to listen to me be perplexed about whether or not you could hear me. That was messy. Hello. Welcome. This is my first live. This is my first live on my own. I've done, I think, one other Instagram. I'm going to just pop the cork. I'm having a glass of wine. It's a Friday afternoon, meaning it's not, but I'm going to have a glass of wine anyway. Because, you know, some days life just says, screw you. Anyway, it's fine. I'm just going to have a glass of wine. It'll all be better. I hope you are also having a glass of vino. Please drop me a note in the chat box to say hello. Tell me where you're from, where you're at, because it'd be great to find out where people are. I'm in Toronto, theoretically, or at least that's what I tell myself. Oh, look, there's my husband. There's Wellesley. Hello, people. So glad you could be with me. I thought I'd try a little something different. Try doing a little live on my own to celebrate Pride. I'm going to be doing them every Tuesday and Thursday at 5 o'clock Eastern, live at 5. I got a little subtle Pride background going on. It's just a little hint of gay, just a soupçon of gay, to say, hey, I'm gay. And I wanted to talk about something this week, because every week is going to have a topic. It's not going to just be me blithering on like a mess. I am really excited because I have a new book. Yes, that's right. I wrote a second book. What was I thinking? Was I really? Anyway, I wrote a second book. I'm really excited about this one. First one, Birds of All Feathers, Doing Diversity and Inclusion Right, available wherever you buy books, as long as they're selling mine. I wrote a second book. It's called Alphabet Soup, The Quintessential Guide to LGBTQ2+ Inclusion. So I thought, what better time to announce the launch of my new book than during Pride Month. With the first book, I was really focused on the broad topic of diversity and inclusion and how do you do it? How to first of all, what's the business case for it? But really, how do you do diversity? And with Alphabet Soup, I wanted to really dive a lot deeper on the whole conversation around sexuality and gender, because I still see so much happening around exclusion of LGBTQ2 plus peoples. And whereas Birds of All Feathers was about workplaces, it was exclusively about workplaces. How do you treat employees? This one goes much broader in terms of how do you treat people. So it's a book that would work for churches and schools, universities, colleges, hospitals, volunteer organizations, not just treating LGBTQ2 plus employees inclusively, but just in general, in dealing with LGBTQ2 plus clients and customers and patients and citizens. So I'm really excited about that, about exploring that and where it goes. And I wrote it because I still see that there is so much, there's so much exclusion going on, right? There's still so much exclusionary behavior happening in the world. And that LGBTQ2 plus people are still being treated poorly, and we need to be more inclusive of LGBTQ2 plus people. Because I think that's kind of the last step towards, true inclusion is really making sure that we are taking this intersectional lens, this intersectional approach to inclusion, and making sure that we're including LGBTQ2 plus peoples. I think there's a lot of mystery out there about this conversation. I think for whatever reason, and I don't think there should be, sorry, sipping. I don't think there should be so much mystery behind the LGBTQ2 plus conversation. I think ultimately what it comes down to for me is about respect. Treating people with dignity and respect. And if you're just joining me, hi, welcome to Live at 5. Do drop a comment into the chat box. Tell me who you are, where you are. I guess if you say where you are, then I'll know who you are because it says your name. Whatever, you know what I mean. Just put a comment in the chat box. I think there's people think about LGBTQ2 plus people and they think about sex. And truthfully, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about respect. We're talking about creating spaces where people can be themselves, can be safe. And we still need it. I mean, if you look at the number of homophobic, transphobic, and biphobic attacks that occur on a regular basis, I mean, just at the beginning of June, a guy was out on Hamlin's Point, which is the Toronto City Island, and he was beaten bloody by 3 people because he was gay. In June, in Pride Month, this is happening. It's ridiculous. And that's a real problem. And we need to combat homophobia, transphobia, biphobia. We need to not just celebrate. Pride is celebration, but it's also political, and we need to focus on the political. We need to make sure that we are creating safe spaces, and for all LGBTQ2 plus people, not just for white cisgendered men. There are so many instances of homophobia, transphobia, biphobia against queer people of color and trans folks, and we just have a lot of work to do. So I wrote the book with the objective of really helping people understand and demystify the concept and give them some guidance as to things that they can do, tangible actions that they can take. So what's in the book? Everyone wants to know what's in the book. It's a long book. It's like almost 200 pages, 8.5 by 11. So I start by breaking down the alphabet. What do these letters LGBTQ2 plus mean? And then beyond that initialism, LGBTQ2 plus, what do words like cisgender, cissexism, queer, genderqueer, all of the different terminology that we see in the alphabet soup that is our community, what do they mean? And then I go into a discussion about the difference between sexuality and gender and identity and expression. What do they all mean? So level setting. Then I talk about the importance of safe space. And I'm going to do one of Live at 5 sometime in the future on safe space, because it's a big topic for me. I talk about the case for inclusive organization. So why does it matter? Why should your organization care? And then I get into some tactics around attracting and retaining LGBTQ2 plus people, whether they're as employees, as students, as volunteers, patients, et cetera, clergy, or whoever goes to church. I talk about measurement, I talk about marketing, and then I sew it all up with how to be an active ally. How can people who are straight and cisgender be active allies for the LGBTQ2 plus communities? And please, if you've got questions, just drop them into the chat as well. If you're just joining me, please, it's here live at 5:15, whatever, having a drink, just chatting. I'd love to hear from some people, so please feel free to share some questions, things you're thinking about, or just say nice things about me. So who should read it? That's another question my publisher wanted me to answer. Well, obviously everybody should read it. But beyond that, I think this book is really targeted towards anybody who wants to create LGBT inclusive spaces. So, whether you're a manager and you're looking to create inclusive spaces for your employees, whether you're a professor and you're looking to create inclusive spaces for your students, you're a doctor, you're a priest, whoever wants to create inclusive spaces for LGBTQ2 plus peoples, this book is really targeted towards you. If you haven't read my first book, shame on you. I'm kidding. If you haven't read my first book, I use a lot of humor, or at least what I call humor. And there's lots of, it's light. It's not a heavy read, but it's a good, solid read. And I think it really provides some great context of how to do LGBTQ2 plus inclusion right, looking at it through an intersectional lens, all of the things that you need to consider. So I'm pretty proud of this one, and I hope you'll check it out. I want to encourage you to go to my website, michaelbach.com, and sign up for my newsletter. I'm doing a monthly newsletter now. And so sign up. You can also find out about where you can get my current book, Birds of All Feathers, and my next book, Alphabet Soup. So go to my website, michaelbach.com, and you'll find everything you need to know about the books. I don't see any questions. I was hoping someone would ask me a question. I'll just sit here and wait for a moment. Is everyone vaccinated? I'm getting my second shot on Friday. I'm hoping I don't get all gross and sick because I was intending on going to a patio on the weekend. All right, so nobody's sharing questions. Rude. Maybe next time. So every Tuesday and Thursday for the remainder of June and into July, I'm going to be trying these out. Tell your friends, tell the whole bunch that you just had Michael Bach for lunch. be sure to come and have a glass of wine with me and check it out. Remember to go to my website, michaelbach.com, and sign up for my newsletter and buy my book when it comes out, please, desperately. So I'm going to be back Thursday, which is in 2 days, and there's another special announcement. So come visit me next on Thursday, 2 days from now, 5 o'clock for Live at 5. And yeah, I'll see you then. Bye.